The Gabriel.
We think it's the only one in existence.
Made in Cleveland?
Yep.
Wow. Cleveland Car Company, wow.
There were more Cleveland car companies than in Detroit. Cleveland screwed that up too.
Oh,
At
boy.
the turn of the century,
Yeah.
I think there were somewhere in the like 110 to 120 distinct automobile manufacturers in Cleveland.
Wow, really?
Talk about, having the market cornered for a while.
Yeah.
And then by, kind of the end of the decade, everything was kind of thought of, for Detroit.
It's too bad they didn't didn't get it rolling like Detroit did.
Yeah, that's the kind of a novel, well, an unusual, the name tag that says it's a Sport 800.
Oh.
I'm not so sure that might represent that it was 800cc.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So here we have an Isuzu.
Zuzu.
A Zuzu, yeah. And what can you tell me on this one? Looks like
I don't think it was imported.
Yeah.
Some of these critters they had some kind of big, sophisticated engines.
Yeah.
That, they were kind of hot cars. But again, didn't make it to a lot of them went to Australia and parts of Europe, but
looks
not
like
to
a
the United States.
Kind of looks like a sporting type model.
Yeah, kind of like that one, Galant.
Oh yeah. It looks
That's
like
a pretty car. I mean, the design, I think.
It is. It looks like a Mustang, like they took cues from the Mustang, huh?
Yes.
Much like Toyota did with the 76 and 77 Celica, they kind of tried to capture the Mustang, I believe. Wow, that is really a cool car, isn't it?
It really is.
What year is that one?
I want to think it was early 70s. Maybe a 1 or 2.
Yeah, it looks definitely 70s. Galant GTO. How about that?
Oh, and I think one claim to fame, it had the longest designation. And, it suddenly dawned on me one day to ask, how come everything is in English on Japanese cars?
Yeah.
We wouldn't put, GTO in, Japanese characters. And apparently, they have a law that any designation like that has to have English.
Wow. All these are right-hand drive too. That's a pretty car there.
Beautiful. That's a rotary Mazda.
Is it really?
Cosmo.
Wow. Cosmo, huh?
It's just such a beautiful shape.
Sure is. That's really that's a beautiful design. I can't think what that even reminds me of. Maybe a Jaguar in the way the headlights look, That's incredible. What's this big guy over here?
Oh, that's an NSU, another NSU, but it was a fairly stylish car, but somebody, in fact, in Akron, got it, put a big block Pontiac 4-speed in it.
No way.
It is dangerous because it is so light, but it was done so poorly.
Oh, boy.
I mean, it could get you in trouble. And I got this stupid thing running, and it did not run forever. I think Myron said he found it in Firestone Park. And
wow, Firestone Park. It's like a 421 or something like that, or
it's a 400 4-speed.
400. Okay. Wow. I bet that would turn some heads.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the sound alone. Wow, this.
That's the true IROC. It is a true IROC car from the racing series.
Really? This one?
The Pontiac. In 98, 99, the car in the series was the Firebirds.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
And one of those things nobody knows and probably nobody cares.
Yeah.
But the very first, when they started that racing series, to be televised, and created a competition between drivers. They had equally prepared cars. Valuable. They called them the 2000s. That was a sports car that got a lot of attention. It was anyhow. This has a claim to fame of being in one of whatever year it was made, one of the fastest sports cars, because it used the engine out of that high-end sports car in this sedan.
Wow.
And it's got enormous carburetors, and just.
Probably like a 1600 cc, maybe.
I'm not really sure if that didn't have an option. It got it up, close to 2 liter.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. It was made in Akron, Ohio.
Wow.
And
Super
a guy
rare.
named Harry Hosterman dreamed up an overhead cam conversion for Ford Model B 4-cylinder engines.
Wow.
And kind of ended up making a poor man's Offenhauser.
Huh.
Because they turned into race motors, and because it was just a flathead 4-banger,
Yeah.
and it was kind of dumb luck. He had found one out in California. Had been looking, and the Hal engine, that's what all the cam covers had on them. He ended up making a dual overhead cam, and he ended up casting aluminum heads and blocks.
Wow.
And they ran it Indy, and it was again a poor man's Offenhauser.
Man.
And to get this, the guy said, "Yeah, I'd consider selling it, but you got to buy the car it came out of." And he points across the room, and that black track roadster was the car. It's a '39 track roadster that ran a Hal engine.
Really? So this is what it belongs to.
Yeah, and it's a cool car. The big aluminum brakes or drums and backing plates.
Wow.
And
Oh yeah. Check that out. Man. What year was this
that's a '39.
happening? Oh.
And, in fact, that was from the old driver's ed. To see if you were, test how steady you were.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah, it was one of those. You run this, so you could, the physical dexterity stuff.
Oh boy.
And this was for peripheral vision.
Oh.
You set it up, put your student's nose in there, and then you could move these and measure. They were high-tech stuff back then, though.
Things certainly have changed over the years, huh?
I think an operator's license, like for a motorcycle, when you were 14, if it was under 5 horsepower.
Oh, really?
So they had a version of this. This is the high performance. I think this one's 9 horsepower. But depending on the compression ratio, they made one that was just under 5 horsepower. And
To please all those kids.
yes, and these, I think they made them from like 62-ish to 65. And they called it a Harley Topper. And,
Oh, okay. Topper.
It's on the
Harley Topper, okay. Never seen one of these before. Now, what kind of times did you run in this?
940s.
Really, man, that's cooking. 426 Hemi, right?
Yeah, and it's now 430 with the, it was kind of a common 20 over bore for, and it still has the B&M clutch flight. It's a clutch in front of a manual shift torque flight, so
yeah.
you launch it like a stick shift car.
Wow.
And since those days, we converted it to alcohol.
Oh, really? Okay. So did that make it quicker yet then? Of course,
It
probably.
had some advantages. It was a little quicker. I think the car probably is limited by the chassis and
Yeah.
suspension.
Yeah.
That,
It's kind of dated by now, I'm sure.
oh, yeah, because you'd never build a car this high.
So there's where the driver. Can't imagine flying down the strip in this thing.
It's going over to the dark side. It's a
Huh.
big block Chevy. It's an alcohol car too.
Oh.
But it has the electronics, the the launch controls, the CO2 cylinder shifts the thing.
A little
And
more.
you can program all this stuff through this computer.
Oh.
And it'll launch the car, shift it. It's really an easy car to drive. It goes real straight.
Really?
And it's fast. It'll run. Super Comp is a handicapped category that runs an 890 brake.
Okay.
So, which I think is boring. It's run what you brung, and you don't.
Only 890s. Okay.
And but the car without the things that in a sense slow it down, so
Yeah.
it runs consistent 890s. It'd run like 80s at about 170,
Really?
but it's controlled to run. It's whoever runs closest to the brake, which for Super Comp was 890. And,
So did you actually run this one too,
yeah,
or?
I'd run it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you race at? 42 or?
Around here, we had it at Norwalk and Magnolia and 42.
Wow.
There's a couple of pictures on the wall over there of it running.
That would be quite an adrenaline rush. I mean, going that fast.
It is. Probably the blue car has rushed my adrenaline more than
Yeah.
anything else.
The blue car is probably a little more raw.
Yeah, and it's the old technology. It's high and short. And
Yeah.
as we were saying there, you wouldn't build a car that high, and but in the day we didn't have as good of tires and the tracks, so after
Yeah.
it was stored for about 20 years and got it out, the tracks got better, the tires were better.
Yeah.
It went faster than the claim to fame was winning Bristol back in 1973.
Yeah.
In All-American Nationals, and the car, it worked pretty good, but it was, all this was to make tires that were not as good work better.
Yeah.
Now we didn't have to, so you could put it down lower. It would be safer, easier to control.
Yeah. Zagato. Oh yeah. Z. Okay.
Then there were a couple cars over there that the Autech was a Zagato design.
Oh, that's electric, huh?
Yeah, so we weren't sure if it said E-car, because it was made in Elkhart, Indiana.
Yeah.
They put it together a few ways. So we're not sure if Elkhart meant Elkhart, Indiana, or electric car.
But this is the direction we're all heading, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there because I'm sure you feel about electric cars like I do.
They seem to hold out so much hope.
All right. Well, hey, Lynn, I sure appreciate you showing me the place again, and
Well, it's always good to see you, and we have very low standards, as you know, so
yeah,
you are always welcome.
yeah. Well, thank you, thank you very much. I'm on parole, so I got to get.
I'm
gotta get-
supposed to sign something.
Yeah, I got to get back, but yeah, we'll have to get together again sometime and do it again.
Well, you're always welcome.
All right. Thank you, good sir. Have a good day.
You too.